Well, hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to be helping people who want to start a business around cooking, as specifically, doing online cooking classes, because sometimes people have a passion for cooking, but they don't know how to actually monetize it. So this video will focus on that. My name is Thandisa Maya, and I talk all things relating to business, making money, and the family life. If you are new to our channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Consider subscribing and switching on the notification bell so that you know when we put out new videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the support. We truly appreciate it. Now, this is all focused on turning your passion for cooking or your ability or your skill for cooking into cash, like making money out of it. And, the easiest way that you can be able to tap into that space is to actually start online cooking classes. And I know that you might be thinking, how in the name of the living God am I going to do that? This video is going to unpack everything. Make sure that you watch all the steps because they're very much vital and critical to you understanding the whole process, to you being able to actually roll out and implement these steps to ensure that you're able to start your online cooking classes. Let's get into it. First thing that you need to do is to identify the focus area that you're actually going to specialize in when it comes to cooking. So will your cooking focus on like basic, normal, everyday cooking? Will your cooking classes focus on a specific kind or type of cuisine? Will your cooking focus on healthy recipes? Will your cooking focus on quick meals? So you need to first see, in terms of your passion and your skill that you have, you need to choose a space that you're going to focus on. I always say this in all my videos: you cannot be a jack of all trades because you are going to be a master of none. What I mean by that is you can't say that your service or the cooking classes that you're going to be providing are going to be for everyone. You need to have a specific target audience that you're going to niche down on, that you are actually going to focus on. And my advice in this regard is to basically look at what you are mostly skilled in or what you've done the most. Yes, you can build other elements as you grow with your cooking classes and your program. When you get feedback from your students and the people that are enrolled for your classes, and then you can augment your program to fit what your audience is directing you towards. But when you are commencing, when you're starting out, just make sure that you choose a specific area that you're going to specialize in. The second area that I want you to focus on is, who is this going to be targeting? Who is going to be consuming your content around cooking classes or rolling into your program, or enrolling rather into your program of online cooking classes? Are you looking for absolute beginners? Are you looking for professionals? Are you looking for people who are high-end chefs? Are you looking for, stay-at-home moms? Are you looking for health conscious type of people who are preparing meals? This is also going to influence exactly how you package your content, your delivery methodology, and how you are actually going to be engaging with your audience. Once you are clear in terms of who it is that you are going to be focusing on, who do you want to target? Who do you want to target with your online cooking classes? And also in terms of the content of the program itself, it will not be the same when you are dealing with a chef and when you are dealing with a beginner. It will not be the same as when you are dealing with a stay-at-home mom, when you are dealing with a health conscious person. So you want to be clear in terms of who you are targeting with your online cooking classes, so that your delivery, your methodology, and all the strategies that you integrate into your program, they are able to speak directly to the person that you're actually targeting. Number 3, you need to plan your curriculum. Now, you are doing classes. Even when you look at schools, like where we send our children to go for schooling, where we also went to for schooling, there is something called a curriculum. A curriculum is basically an outline of what a person is going to study. Like, it's the course content. It's the program content. So how will your classes flow? What elements or components can one find from your classes? How do your classes start? What's the gradual growth process of the classes that you're going to be offering? And my advice here is to, when you're building your curriculum, start with the basics. Like, let your curriculum flow in an upward trajectory as you roll it out. Don't start with difficult things in the beginning, but rather in the beginning, start with smaller, easy to implement, practical, easier to do type of content as part of your curriculum. Do not just throw your students in a deep end, because you want to create a journey. You want to develop a journey that you're going to be walking on, that you're going to be working on with the students or with the people that choose to enroll on your program. So there needs to be a proper structure. Outline the modules. For instance, you can start there by outlining the modules. How many modules is your curriculum going to have? Are your classes going to be? And for an example, you can say, my classes are going to be 10 classes. And these are the main headings. Within each module, these are the subheadings or the subtopics. Make sure that you also include activities, as you're rolling out and creating your curriculum. Have main concepts with sub concepts, and then make sure that you also create examples and activities that your students can be able to do. And as I said earlier, start with simple recipes, simple dishes, and move your way up to more complex types of dishes. Now, the next thing that you need to decide is which platform are you going to be able to use. Obviously, because these are online cooking classes, the platform has to be online. It does not mean that you cannot even, once you've mastered the online component of, rolling out your cooking classes, it doesn't mean that you cannot even or do physical sessions. The more you grow your community, the more you grow your program, is the more you're going to be able to, branch out into other ways of delivering it, including doing physical programs and other things. Like, there's a lot that you could actually do out of having developed this one program. There's a lot that you could do. There's a lot of revenue streams that you could integrate into the main program itself. Now, you need to choose an online platform. Which online platform are you going to be able to use that is efficient, that is effective, where your target audience is, found or gathers the most? And I would say that, the best approach would be to choose a platform that is easily accessible, that you can be able to have live features on, because it would be nice to do your sessions live. Even though you can also do pre-recorded sessions, it is going to be dependent on you and how you want to roll out your program. You can literally do it in two ways. You can choose to do live sessions where you are literally going to be live every single week, for an example, once a week, every single week. And then when you do the next week, you recap on the previous week and continue and do that process on continuously with your subjects or with your audience. And the other approach would be for you to batch create the whole program and then host it in an online platform. Once people have paid to get access to that program, then only will you be able to give them access to that program. Pre-recorded, so it really depends on what you want to do. If you want maximum engagement and maximum attraction, and also create a relationship with your audience when you're starting out, maybe going live will be much better than pre-recorded. But obviously, this is going to be your choice, and you're going to have to assess the different options that you have. Now, the next thing that you want to do, once you're clear on which platform you're going to use, based on that platform, you need to have an understanding of the aesthetics that come with each and every one of the platforms. Like, the pressures for aesthetically pleasing types of setups, they vary depending on, the platform that you utilize. But now this next step is for you to then choose a space or an area that you're going to be broadcasting from or shooting from. Broadcasting if you're going to be live, and shooting from if you're going to do pre-recorded videos. So this space needs to be very, very aesthetically pleasing. You're talking about food here. You are cooking for people. So it needs to be, number one, a very beautifully aesthetic, space. And that does not have to be expensive. It could literally just be a nice table on a nice wall, like a nice background that you have behind you. It could literally even be in your nice kitchen, The other element that I want to emphasize right here when you're working on the space that you're going to be shooting from is lighting. Your best friend is going to be lighting. It actually makes a whole lot of difference. Make sure that you have good lighting that you can be able to use within that space that you have identified where you're going to be shooting from. Another element that's important when it comes to, organizing your space is make sure there's no clutter. Whenever you're shooting your classes, make sure that there is cleanliness, there is your aesthetics are on order, there is organization. It does not look like there's chaos happening. When I cook in my kitchen, it looks like chaos, but you cannot do that because you're trying to show people that you're an expert in the field, you know what you're doing, and when there's clutter, it kind of disturbs focus at the same time. So make sure that as you work, train yourself as you're presenting your classes, and the more you do it is the more you're going to improve. But make sure that at least there's a flow, there are sequences, there's structure, there is organization, like everything that you're doing is organized. And because you will have planned it ahead of time, you have got no excuse to be all over the place and with a disorganized space, because it's going to be a turn off for your audience. The next thing that you want to do is to set your pricing packages or deals, right? So obviously you are going to be doing these online classes to make money. You're turning your love for cooking into cash. So what you want to do is you want to focus on how you are going to create the best pricing strategy. All right, there are so many different options that you could go with. You could sell a package like the whole course together. You can actually have a price for that. You can also separate the classes or the modules and sell them as as individual modules, or as individual modules. So, and you could also say that a person can go from maybe 1 to 5, and there's a pricing package for that. Make sure that your course is affordable, especially when you're starting out, because you're still trying to social proof yourself, you're still trying to build momentum, you're still trying to get the trust of your audience. So set pricing. How much is it going to cost to take up your program? Maybe you have 3 offers. Say 1, it's the whole program. Number 2, and also have a fee or an amount that you charge for the whole program. But if someone purchases it within a certain period of time, you give them a bit of a discount. And then the second package could be doing only 5 modules of the program, and then it's X amount. And then also you could have individual, like a set price for taking each class, so that someone feels like, when someone feels like they're overwhelmed with the pricing, then they can take it bit by bit based on their budgets and their pockets, and as they are ready, they can keep just taking class 1, class 2, class 3, and so on and so forth. And then the next thing that you need to do is to prepare. When I say prepare, I basically mean that start launching your program, and as you launch your program, make sure that you promote it. So basically now you're going to make use of your social media. I would advise that you validate your program before you go fully fledged on it. Validating it means that you can release like a snippet of it, a small component of it, and see how people are responding. Make sure that you focus on the comments section to see what people say. I'd like this, I wouldn't like this, I'll change this, things like that. And even if you release the first module for free, and then just to entice people and to show them what they will actually get if they do the whole program. So now you're going to use social media, create a page or pages on different platforms that you're going to use to promote your program. Promote it before you launch it. That is the key. If you're going to launch the program in a month's time, start promoting it now and ask people to actually sign up and say that when the program launches in a month's time, all those that have paid ahead of time, they're going to get like a bonus feature, create bonuses or something like that. Some kind of a way to cause people to buy the program before you finish actually producing it, so that when you launch it, you know that at least you've got 20 customers that will actually buy the program. Another one that I will close by is consider if you're going to formalize this business in terms of registering it and getting it fully compliant. This is another option that is very important to keep in mind. It is a choice. You can choose not to do it, but I also advise that, fully compliant businesses are more attractive than those that are not. So also at this stage, try to find, to explore ways to register your business and to formalize it and have full compliance, so that even when other opportunities come out to support your program, you are able to be strategically positioned to make use of those opportunities. And yes, those are the simple steps that you can be able to follow to turn your passion for cooking into cash. That is all for me for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here and clicking that notification bell. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, stay absolutely blessed.